Hello there guys, it's me again, Unstable Voltage, and welcome back to Sid Meier's Civilization 5. We are continuing our game as England, and we are definitely inching towards that naval domination victory. Someone did remind me that what it was that I was trying to do at Berlin before and couldn't remember was build fishing boats to replace the ones on these pearls, and I had forgotten about that, so I'm going to add them to the queue so that they are at least ready for next time. Where are we looking for a workboat? So let us add that to the queue. That's absolutely brilliant. And we are going to go straight on with the next turn. Now, if you remember last time, we were very much in the process of... We'd taken Barcelona, and we were preparing to take Madrid. We're in a very good position to do that. We do know that Spain has another city somewhere, although I haven't actually been able to spot it on the map as yet. It's been hidden away somewhere nicely. I'm also expecting that at any point the Incans are going to declare on me as well, so we may have to deal with that, but let's go on to the next turn. We have a lot of ships of the line that are in a very good position to deal with any units that Madrid can throw at us, as well as dealing with Madrid itself, so I'm not too worried about that. And, yeah, Melbourne's on our side as well, so theoretically these guys could be pushing the attack. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what goes on. Sweden may well be our next target because I think they are a little bit on the weaker side military-wise, but we will see what happens. The Incans are definitely sort of up there with the score. Let me just have a very quick look at the demographics because I haven't done that in a while. Well, Germany's certainly suffering. They're pretty much at the bottom of everything, although the Incans do seem to have some happiness issues at the moment. We're top for happiness, which I never thought I'd see in a domination game. Apparently, Austria still has better tech than us. That's quite interesting. It might be worth putting a spy back into Austria and trying to steal some of their tech. Mongolia actually has the largest army, which is hardly surprising. They have been going around stealing city-states. We still are third. Of course, this does count our naval units as well, and we're pretty much top for everything else. Have a quick look at the espionage. Who have we got and where? What's going on with Zurich? And who does Zurich belong to? Let's have a quick look here, because this could be quite interesting. Looks like somebody else currently is in control of Zurich. And indeed it is. It is the Austrians. But because we have a spy there, what we can actually attempt to do is perform a coup. Now, we have a 76% chance of success, and if it succeeds, they will become my allies, and Austria will lose influence. Now, of course, it is possible my spy could get caught and die, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. 76% chance of success. Was actually a failure. Wow. And James died in the attempt. He's killed in action. Now, it's the first time I've ever actually ever lost a spy. I've never managed to get a spy killed by being discovered while stealing tech, and I've never managed to get a spy killed during a failed coup. So, I guess we're going to find out what happens and how we get our spy back. We've lost a spy out of Zurich now, which is a bit of a pain, but never mind. We do get an extra spy for playing as England, so it's not the end of the world. This ship receives a promotion. I think we will probably give it... what's the best thing to give it? Let's see. Supply may heal outside of friendly territory. That's always worth having. So let's use this and start firing at Madrid as often as we can. And we will have another shot at Madrid. Now, one of these boats also has the extra targeting range, which is this one. Now, how far around can we get you? Can we get you close enough to Madrid to fire? There is a forest here, of course, which is a bit problematic. We're out of moves anyway, so we don't need to worry about that. You are going to fire at these guys. Well, at least you would do if you were close enough to hit them. Well, there we go. Almost down to nothing now. So I don't think they're going to be too much of a problem. Okay, Vienna's all connected up with the capital. What else do we have left? We've got a ship of the line here that was mainly just on guard duty, really. Is it worth me moving it up to fight? I'm going to say no for the time being. I do want to keep a couple of units around this area, just in case the Incans do decide they're going to declare war. Now, we've got these workers. I'd like to get these workers over to Barcelona if possible, but it would... Well, don't take them 4 turns, because we do have a few things here to repair. So, let's head over. We might lose a worker, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully we won't. So, let's carry on. Now, she wants to make peace. She actually wants to give me Seville. Now, that's really strange, because Seville actually is quite large. But, unfortunately, we actually want to take their capital, so Seville's going to have to wait. Don't even know where Seville is. But that will become their new capital. I mean, what we could have done is we could have took Seville in the peace treaty, waited then for the peace treaty to expire, and then captured Madrid, and just completely wiped the Spanish out. But we'll see how it goes. Genghis has declared war on Zurich. Not good. Obviously, Zurich are currently allied with the Austrians. Now, I'm sure there was a reason why I wanted Zurich on my side, but I can't actually remember at the moment. Let's just have a quick look. Why did I want Zurich? They're currently angry with me. Now, it's probably because of the failed coup. Probably wanted the coal from them or something like that. I could give them some money. Let's do it. I mean, it's going to be difficult to beat Austria out of there. Now, is it worth at all moving one of my spies into Austrian territory? Let's give it a go. Let's move you from Kathmandu. Let's put you into Salzburg as a spy. Hopefully you won't get detected. Now, of course, that now means I no longer have a spy in Kathmandu, but we are safely allies at the moment, so it's all good. Edinburgh has finished its stock exchange. So what is tempting to do now is probably start getting a couple of ironclads out. Don't want too many of them because they do use coal, but they are a very nice unit to use. Apparently you do have some movement. Oh, we're on the next turn now anyway, aren't we? So, if we put you over here on this atoll, you should be able to hit Madrid nicely from there. As can you. And as can you. As you can see, Madrid's going down a lot quicker than we managed to get Vienna down. And we're getting XP for doing this all the time. Not too sure where those units... Is it those guys over there? I think it's actually those guys over there. I could get close enough to kill them, but the issue with doing that is I will get hit by Madrid, so I'm just going to stay here and heal up. You can always get one of these guys to shoot at them the next time around if need be. Now, I'm not too sure why this ship keeps waking up, because I have set it to... Are you an enemy ship? Vilnius. Whose side are they on? They're Austrian, but we're not at war with them. You do seem to keep waking up even though I'm putting you on alert, and I'm not sure why. It's a bit weird because it doesn't tell me why. You are healing up. Obviously, we do have to be careful what Austria is doing down here. They may well decide they're going to mount an attack. I wouldn't blame them. Ah! Unfortunately, my workers are now taking a little bit of damage from this Spanish caravel, which is very annoying. The workers may still survive yet. We'll see what we can do. Certainly that caravel is within range of my ship of the line. So Spain are going to be losing a caravel very, very shortly. Zurich requests units. And I don't really have an awful lot I can send them, so I'm not going to do that right now. It does take a little while for them to get there anyway. So we have a unit promotion. Let's check that out first. We have you. What should we give you? I think we should give you targeting. Oh, that's... you've already got the healing. Movement, sentry... Let's give you more bombard against naval units, but we'll give you the full 3 salvos. And that'll be enough to severely hurt Madrid. Might even be enough to take Madrid down to the point where it's capturable. I think that actually is. So we're going to use you to finish these guys off. And before we end the war, because we will be able to do that now, well, once we've captured it anyway, let's just go back over to here. And you are very much going to pay for what you did to my workers. It doesn't actually destroy them. I'm going to try and get my workers out of their range as much as possible. Probably run into more ships over here. We did manage to get there safely. London has finished its police station, so what should we build here? I think we'll go for another ironclad at this point. And it's saying next turn, but I haven't yet moved this privateer, which can indeed get into Madrid, and that will be Madrid ours. Brilliant. So, same as before, we're just going to create a puppet while the city is in resistance, because there's not an awful lot else we can do. Seems a bit pointless. They're now going to be running around with that Inquisitor. Now, I am still using iron, so iron for furs. It would allow us to build an awful lot more ships of the line. So we have a lot of spare iron in the bank. We do need to try and keep track on where our resources are coming from, of course, because if we declare war with someone who's providing them, we will lose them. And if we're relying on them to power our units, we are going to be in real trouble. Now, while we've got the fleet out, and the fleet has survived mostly intact, it might be worth going for somebody else while we are up here. So we have Ivory. We've got some city connections established because these places probably already had harbours in there. We can have a look and see what we've got, of course. Over here we have just a workshop, a shrine and a stoneworks, but it is connected up via a road to Madrid. And if we have a look at Madrid, Madrid actually has a harbour, and because Madrid is connected via road, and because we have a road connected there, everything's all connected up. Brilliant. We have a university here, public school, a bank, a market. We've also got the Great Mosque and Stonehenge and Borobudur. Brilliant. Couldn't really wish for anything better from that. So let's do what we can do. We'd really like to deal with these Inquisitors if we can, because we don't really like them having them. Still not entirely sure where Seville is. And we will, of course, be making peace with them soon, but is it worth me going for Stockholm right now? Part of me thinks that it probably is. Vienna has now finished its harbour, which is great. We are going to have some happiness issues, but not for a little while. So what would I like here? Is it worth having a stoneworks? What do we have nearby that's worth taking? Not an awful lot. Could have the factory. We don't have anything particularly brilliant here. Let's see if we can get a public school going and just get some additional science. Graz is going to, or Graz I should say. What are you doing best on? You're not too bad on production. But let us go for a bank and see if we can get some more money rolling in. You've got a promotion. And we're going to give you bombardments against naval units. We're also going to move you over here and finish off that Spanish caravel, because why not? You guys are going to get yourselves over here, because then you're going to be in friendly territory and you can heal up. You're also going to be... At least they didn't manage to pillage too much stuff, so it's quite good. Unidentified spy stole some rifling from London, so we know we've got enemy spy in London. Now this privateer might as well go off and do something useful, because it's not doing an awful lot down here. Okay, what else have we got? What are we going to do with these guys? Is it worth just trying to make peace with Spain now? It probably is. We've got their capital. It's all we needed. Let us negotiate peace. I don't believe they have any other cities. And they do not. How about you give me all your gold? Propose? No. Will you give me 20 gold? Not 2, 20. Will you give me 10 gold? You won't accept? Let's have a bit of exploration and see if we can find their other city. Because they don't want to share their toys. Because if we can find them, we can just put more pressure on them. Aha! looks like they are up here. What we can do, of course, is Yerevan is actually friendly. So we can skip through their territory. How much movement do we have left here? Have a little. Seems to be a fair few Spanish units up here. And we will have to move up here to take out Stockholm anyway. So let's continue to fire at your units. Because why not? Unit needs orders. Let's get you up and around there. Still haven't found it yet. There's another German city. Privateer is going to heal up, of course. Let's move on to the next turn. Still got that Inquisitor nearby. We knew that because they were there from previous. And of course, when we do decide to take on Sweden, we've also got that little city that they've got down here that we're going to have to deal with. Zurich's getting into a bit of trouble. Is this the point where I should step in and defend them from... I think that's why I was trying to get them on side, because they were one of my neighbours. Let's have a quick word with Khan. Would you consider making peace with Zurich? You want a lot of stuff. But you know what? I'm happy to give you that. Because it's not making that... I've lost my aluminium, which is a bit of a pain, but we're going to be going to war with him soon enough anyway. And that stops him attacking what is potentially going to be an ally. So I don't mind that too much. I'm going to keep you around here just for defensive reasons. Because that seems like the smart thing to do. The same is going to go for you, actually. So you can stay there on the defensive. Now let's have a look over here. We've still got these guys, of course, trying to run. Of course, we'll be able to chase them down. I don't think they're going to be able to get away from us. So let's have a look. Now, there's definitely an Incan force moving here. Who are they moving against, I wonder? I know they've been having a bit of problem with Germany, but I can very much see them trying to attack me. Now, I thought the Spanish city was going to be up on this piece of land here, and it is not. Which raises an interesting question, mainly being, where is it? We're going to do as much damage to these guys as possible. We'll thin out the Spanish as much as possible. You appear to be invading Germany, so let's fire at you there. Of course, technically, there is a bit of a cheat way we could find... Oh, we're still at war, so we can't do that. I was going to say, if we did propose peace, what we could technically do is go for embassy, and then it would show it on our map, because it is their capital. But I definitely cannot see it. So we will keep looking for it. What else needs orders? These workers, you're going to come here and repair. We'll go on to the next turn. Spain and Austria are now friends. Interesting. Very interesting, in fact. Still like to know where the Incans are moving all of their troops to. Still like to know why they've never managed to fix the camera in this game. Yeah, Genghis Khan has a lot of money. A replacement spy has been recruited. Well, that answers the question. You do eventually get a replacement for your spies. So we are going to move this spy and put them in... We're going to put them back in Zurich, actually, and see if we can keep rigging the elections. We are going to choose production in Edinburgh. We actually have ironclads now, which is good. We can actually use this one to attack Helsinki later, which we will do. It's a very, very powerful boat. We are going to build... Can't do the hydro plant now, of course, because we're giving all of our aluminium away. But let's have some more ships to the line, because we can afford these quite easily now. That's Mongolian. They seem to have... oh, yeah, there's that Spanish unit trying to get away. Ah, there we go. There's their borders. We have found the remaining Spanish city. Still trying to be mindful of where that Incan fleet was going. It seems to have disappeared. And that is something that I do not like nor trust. Luckily, we have massive amounts of movement on our ships, which is great for us. We will need to get ourselves a privateer up there at some point. We don't have an awful lot of defence down here at Madrid and Barcelona, so we do have to be careful. I am going to leave the ship of the line down here, mainly because we're going to be doing some damage to you. And we'll leave that privateer here as well. Barcelona is no longer in resistance, so what we're going to do is we're going to annex this city. I don't have to, of course, but it's nice to be able to do so, and we will... purchase a courthouse. Now, what's it currently working on? It is working on a library. Wow, it doesn't have one of those. Well, that's fine. We'll let it carry on with that. I'm happy for it to do that. What else have we got? You found Seville. And you can actually bombard from the... Hang on. Can't count. No, you can't quite get close enough. Not on this turn, anyway. So let's move you to there. How much movement do you have left? You have enough left to get within range. Discovered another natural wonder as well, which is nice because it gives us some more happiness. Now, I think what I'm going to do actually is fire at the privateer, because that is the biggest potential problem up here. What else needs orders? We've got the privateer here in Madrid. Yep, you're just going to stay there on... sort of guard duties. You're going to stay there. Now, we are going to need something to attack Helsinki, of course, so we will have to put out some units. Of course, we are building another ship of the line here. We could potentially just use that if we're very, very careful. Should be a really weak city. So let's go on to the next turn. Maybe if we actually start firing at Seville, Spain will be more willing to cooperate and give us some gold. I mean, I could just peace out with them now. And if it looks like the war's going to change away from my favour, then that's certainly what I will do. Okay, so they're actually moving away from Helsinki. Interesting. So it's pretty much undefended. We have a promotion for this guy here, so we are going to give you the +1 range, which will help things later on. Nottingham has finished the public school, so let us... Right, you're the one that's close to Helsinki, aren't you? So let us get ourselves a... trebuchet. We'll try and do some ranged damage if we can. London has finished its ironclad. Let's have another ship of the line. Okay, did anybody see where that privateer went? We've got a few movement turns we can spare, so let's have a bit of a scout. Can't currently see it anywhere, so let us start firing on Seville. Just checking for it, can't see it. Now, we need to get some better positioning here, because we're a little bit behind the mountain, so we can't quite see them. But if we move to here, we'll be able to hit them, and we will be quite safe. And you can go and sit in that gap. And this could be Spain being wiped off the map. There's a very real possibility of that. You, what shall we do with you? In fact, I think we're just gonna camp you up for now. And even better than that, we're going to move you into Barcelona. Hopefully we get the garrison bonus from that, so we'll sleep you there. You guys might as well quickly heal up before we go off and get that oil. And this ironclad is going to work its way over to... Actually, you can work your way down here as well. It's going to take you 3 turns. That's not the end of the world. So we'll have one final turn and see how things end up. We are 6 turns away from getting our submarines, which is going to... well, I'm not going to say turn the tide, because I think we're actually doing very, very well as it is already. Still very surprised the Incans haven't declared on me yet, actually. I mean, Helsinki down here isn't too much of a problem. It's not like I was going to expand in this direction anyway. It's not like they're going to be able to expand far enough towards my territory to steal anything that I particularly wanted, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's get a monument going here. Extra culture is always good. No, I haven't checked the culture victory for a while, and as usual, that's the wrong screen. Influenced by player... Who actually has the most tourism? Nobody has any artifacts yet. The most tourism is myself, closely followed by Sweden. So if we go and have a look at Sweden, their influence over me is, it is falling, but they've got, I don't know, what's that, a quarter? Something like that. It's not going to help them, of course, because, you know, they're about to get bombarded into the Stone Age, but we'll certainly see what happens. Edinburgh's finished its ship of the line, so, yeah, another ship of the line, really. Berlin, you have finished your workboat, finally. We got around to doing that. Let us go for a... what should we have up here? Let's have... You've got good science. You've got very good science. Can we capitalise on that in any way? Probably not. Let us go for the workshop, because we can always turn extra production into science per turn. If there's nothing worthwhile building, certainly worth doing that. So let us get those extra pearls. Somebody might want them. Now, do I bother trying to sink those musicians? Normally, well... They've got an admiral there as well, and they've got units in there. I don't think the musicians are going to be a problem. I mean, even if they start spreading their culture, they're soon going to be at a point where they no longer exist, and then their culture becomes completely irrelevant. The only reason I'm thinking about wiping Spain out completely is it means I'm going to have less issues with having to defend from them later on. So, ship of the line. You're going to go there. I'll finish one war before starting another. But certainly that is the Spanish about to be completely wiped out. This will give us... I might even take Seville, because that will give us a very useful forward base to attack the Incans from. And then all we have left is the Swedish, which I will probably take before the Incans. And then we will go for either the Incans or the Mongolians, or the other way around. I haven't decided, though. They're going to be the big two. They're going to be the difficult ones. And I don't know yet which order I'm going to do that in. But London's looking good. Nice and healthy. Still growing. Still churning out those ships of the line. Submarines in a few turns' time. And we are going to be absolutely unstoppable. So, thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying the series. And I'll see you next time. So, until then, goodbye for now.